Yo, welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Now Frazier. And today we will be talking about some of the recent additions to the Philadelphia Eagles, some things I was seeing with Jalen Hurts' play against the Jets, Brian Moore going into depth about Brian Johnson and his play calling and how that's affecting the offensive as a collective, how we can defeat Miami with the Week 7 concerns. So let's roll right into it. So first thing we're going to start off with is, well, I didn't even say this. First thing we're going to start off is with McNabb. All right, so McNabb came out recently and said some things about the offense, which, I mean, I kind of can say it's kind of true, but not true, if that makes sense, because if you look at the targets, Jalen Hurts is spreading the ball around. Players are just not making catches, or maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe the offense, where they're placed at in the offense, is not benefiting them to their best abilities. One thing I will say is that me and McNabb. Don't get me wrong. I like McNabb because he is he's the first. He's probably the only other quarterback to get us. Not the only other quarterback, but is one of the quarterbacks to get us to the at least to the Super Bowl. But McNabb's Super Bowl performance, it was the reason why I was like, bro, I was done with the Eagles for a little bit. Because I was like, bro, it's no way we got T.O. and you out here supposedly throwing up in the huddle. Bro, what? Come on, man. You got to hold it together. And then we ended up losing that game, bro. It should have been no way we lost that game. Should have been no way we lost that Super Bowl, bro. So, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but yeah, like McNabb, like I had seen him before. Right? And he's a family, a friend of a relative of mine, and yeah, he came somewhere, and I seen him, and I got so mad all over, bro. It was nice to see him, but I just thought about that Super Bowl, bro, and I just got so mad. My sister like, no, there goes McNabb. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to talk to the boy, to be honest. With you, bro, because the first thing I'm going to say to him is what happened in that Super Bowl. But ever since then, man, Dominic McNabb has come out through the years saying certain comments. And it kind of do sound like he be hating. Because at the same time, I understand where he's coming from, but it kind of sound like hate, if you ask me. I don't know if it's because maybe he didn't have this type of talent around him when he was playing, because you got to think the only person besides Westbrook, Dawkins, it was T.O. Like offensively, it was Westbrook and T.O. So, and you got your what's my man Brett Selleck? Was that Brett Selleck? Was he still playing at that time? If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, man. So you getting players like that, but this is I will say this is probably one of the best teams ever constructed for the Eagles. If he's upset about something, yeah, I can understand that too. But he's somewhat, he I guess you could kind of somewhat say that's what it looks like, because after week 2 or week 3, whenever AJ had that little blow up on the sideline, it do look like he's been getting most of the passes. But if you look at targets, I feel like when I looked at the targets, everybody's pretty much getting the ball. Do we need to work players into the offense a little bit more? Absolutely, man. So, whatever McNabb won't feel how you feel. AJ came out and said some things, so it is what it is. But shout out to AJ, man. McNabb, shout out to you too, brother. But you already know, man. I gotta. We ain't even gonna get into that. Let's keep it rolling, man. So, if you didn't see, Eagles signed Josiah Scott. Josiah Scott used to play for us back in 2020, 2021, something like that. Okay. I think he could be a quick fix. I don't think he's going to be the end all be all, because remember we went and got is he hold on, let me look that up. Because I know he can't play until next year. Isaiah Rodgers? Is he a cornerback? My fault, y'all. I think he's a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken. I'm so sorry for taking this up, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he is a cornerback that we will be implementing into the office next year, because he can't he can't play this year because of the gambling thing. Bro, why don't they tell me this man's position? 34 years. He look like a CB, bro. 34 a CB number. Yeah, cornerback. Yeah, so all right. Anyway, so he's a cornerback, but yeah, I think that's a quick fix until we can work Isaiah Rodgers in there, and plus he already knows the playbook or somewhat knows the defensive playbook because we do got a new OC since he's been since he's come back. But the other addition was Julio Jones, which was very interesting to me. I feel like Howie or whoever it could be a collective of people, but I feel like players and not players, staff members in the Eagles are starting to get, how I want to say this, kind of fed up with some players. As you know, Quez has been on the team. He had like one not crazy season, but he had a season where we were like, all right, maybe there's some potential there. But Quez has been out with a hamstring, and we know hamstring injuries can linger on, throughout the year, throughout the season. But it's like we are constructed to go win the Super Bowl. We are constructed to go, play our best football right now, and you're only as strong as your weakest link. And that can go for a lot of things. Offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. As we prepare for the Miami Dolphins this week, we really have to be on both sides of the ball, super duper tight on both sides of the ball, because this is a high-powered offense. Fangio is the defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. That's who the Eagles were trying to go out and go get this offseason before they made Sean Desai the defensive coordinator. More on that is I watched the press conference with Sean Desai. He was talking about being more aggressive and things like that. And not that I'm saying like the defense is looking bad, because he does make great adjustments second half, but that secondary linebacker, from the linebackers to the secondary, is still a concern of mine, especially with playing Miami this week. With the speed of players that the Miami Dolphins have is crazy. So they cannot, and I said in my last video that they can at any moment in time. It's just like they threw 70 up on the Broncos, you know what I mean? But it's the Broncos, of course, but they can score at will. So I would love to see, man, like some real hard hitting, like Philadelphia defense, like what we're used to seeing, man, because we're still playing a little off the ball. I mean, they probably will this, and I'm for sure they're probably going to try to play off the ball a tad bit this game, because you just got to think, like I said, the speed of these players that they're going against on offense. Some of them, like Darius Slay, yeah, he great and all, but he is an older player. Some of these players are older, and Tyreek Hill is like just a cheat code. But you got Jalen Waddle amongst others on that team that can just get crazy. So they're both. Last time I checked, they were both good against the blitz. So I'm for sure we're going to be rushing or blitzing, excuse me, and trying to make it really uncomfortable for Tua in the pocket. And I think that's another reason why we rested the players that I don't want to say they rested, but some of the players that didn't play against the Jets. I think they were preparing them for this week. So we got to bring out all the shots. As you know, our offense ain't looking too good. I know I'm just rolling through this stuff, but our offense ain't looking too good. And I've been saying this, we've been window dressing problems since week one. Even in training camp, when they were saying, oh, so-and-so looks amazing, the offense looks amazing, which is all good and dandy, but my thing is this, that's somebody else telling me what they saw. I need to see this with my own two eyes, and what they've been putting on tape for the last 6 weeks it's been trash, bro. I'm going to just be honest. Like, it's been trash. For us to be 5-1 is great, don't get me wrong, but the standard that we are putting out there is as trash football is winning games. That's exactly what we've been putting out there. Jalen Hurts didn't look good. He hasn't been looking like Jalen Hurts of last year, which is understandable. They got a new offensive coordinator, but I don't feel like the offensive coordinator is putting them in the right position to win. Like I'm watching ESPN, and they're talking about is Jalen Hurts regressing, this, that, and the third. And I mean, my thing is this: QBs have bad games, players have bad games, things be happening. If we start to see this on a consistent level, then you start saying things like that. But I'm not going to sit here and jump ship off Jalen Hurts, and I'm really not trying to jump ship off of Brian Johnson, because I feel like I don't know, man. I just feel like what more could we do? Like at off, like you want Nick to call the plays? Y'all want Nick Sirianni to call the plays? Because my thing is, it's probably going to the offense might look a little bit, maybe a tad bit better than what we see now. All due respect, I think he called the plays before, and it didn't always pan out the way we wanted it to as well. So I think this is exposing a lot of things. Like I said, we've been window dressing problems. Like if the head coach can't make the necessary adjustments to offense and stuff like that, because like I said, the defense isn't too bad. Like I said, they made the trade for Julio Jones for the offense, but I would like to see some safety help, some linebacker help, maybe. You know what I mean, before the trade deadline, because defense wins games. Like we seen the Miami Dolphins put up 70 points against the trash. I don't want to call them trash, but the Broncos. Okay, but then you also seen them lose to the Bills. They had their card that day on defense. So if we can recreate or implement, pretty much just recreate that defense. That I mean, of course, what's their coach's name? McDaniels is his name. Whatever you said. I'm for sure he's gonna cook up something crazy offensive plays, man, because he is like he do it all, man. I be watching their games and I'm like, gee Christ, like this is it's a lot of motion on the line and stuff like that, and that's a lot of stuff that we do not do on our offense. I know I'm going all over the place, but I watched the OC's press conference, and it's just like he's just talking around stuff. I want clear, concise answers. Like, bro, why? And then the reporters are not even asking the right questions. Why ain't y'all asking why our offense don't look like how it looked last year? I mean, we kind of already know the answer, but why are we struggling this much with the caliber of talent that we have in our team? Makes no sense in week 6 going into week 7, right? So so he's just talking and dancing around the questions and stuff like that. That the run, like about the run is setting up the pass, whatever, however he's saying it, man. Like I said in the last video, I know when I'm getting spun, bro. You have to do something different. We can't even score in the red zone, bro. And it's like week after week after week, we are saying the same thing. Same thing. And I know they see these videos. It ain't got to be mine. It could be anybody's videos. We're all saying the same thing. Are we offensive coordinators or anything like that? No. But my thing is, if you watch football, you know you can't throw the ball 40 times and think you're going to win. There's no run game. That's one-sided football, man. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balanced game, especially on your offense, bro. A very balanced game, because as we're seeing, we're trying to throw the ball so much, and that's what I'm saying. Just think about it like this: if I throw the ball 40 times, of course I'm gonna throw some interceptions. All we doing is throwing the ball. Like I can't blame. I still blame him for throwing 3 interceptions. Of course, he's just supposed to protect the ball. But that's what's going to happen. That's what will transpire if we keep continuing to do this. Maybe not 3 interceptions, but the interceptions will increase. You feel what I'm saying? So it'll make Jalen look like he's bad, but then it's also making your OC look bad, because this is the position you're putting your players in. That's the problem we had with Jonathan Gannon on the defense, and that's what I said about the defense. We got Sean Desai talking about we're going to see physical caliber defense against the Miami Dolphins. All right, but we really ain't been seeing it, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's been a lot of talking in these press conferences, but then when y'all go out here and have to put this stuff on tape, we are not seeing what y'all are saying. Yeah, like I said, in the second half of games, Desai makes the necessary adjustments, because like in the Jets, this past game we had with the Jets, he gave the offense every opportunity he could in that second half, to like 3-4 times. Like they had the opportunity to go score and they couldn't score. So I can applaud him for that. But I'm not going to sit here and be like we are all the way good on defense, because we are not all the way good on defense. Like I said, I expect them to play a little bit off these players this week, because I don't know who's coming back. I didn't get a chance to look at the injury report and stuff like that. But I do expect them to be playing somewhat off these players because of the speed that they're going to have to go against. So I'm hoping that we can get the pass rush there and make it super uncomfortable for Tua. But that's probably going to be our best bet, man. But our secondary is a concern. Got Reed out. I think Cindy Brown, he might be coming back, but he's still, he's a rookie, so we can't expect too much out of him. But I would like to see something out of him. So, all in all, I hope we get this dub against the Miami Dolphins. I don't think I even talked about Julio, but I think Julio probably plays this week. I don't know if he's going to be the wide receiver 3 or the wide receiver 4, but I think Quez's time is up because you got Alamada as the Quez. He's doing well in place of Quez, and now you got Julio Jones, which is an older player. Don't get me wrong, but Julio back in the day was bold. So yeah. So we gonna see, man. Hopefully they can't implement Julio Jones into the offense because this is my thing. If they can implement Julio Jones into the offense, and we know he's not prime Julio Jones, but he's still Julio Jones. He's a bigger target. Still quick, still fast, good route runner. So I feel like you still have to account for him. So hopefully this helps with the offense this coming Sunday night. It's a prime time game, so people are going to be watching. But I hope he can open up the offense, but also be, when we need him, a good piece in the red zone, because our red zone is still trash, bro. We cannot, going into this game against Miami and going forward, we cannot be trying to rely on these close games and our kicker to win these games. Love Jake Elliott, but that's not how you win football games, bro. That's a recipe for disaster. We have to start getting up a touchdown, 2 touchdowns on these teams, man, because we're going in deeper into the schedule, and these teams are going to get harder and harder. Now, a lot of these pause on that, but anyway, but the teams that we're seeing, they are also up and down. Nobody's really been consistent besides the Dolphins on offense. I will say that the Dolphins offense has been pretty much the only consistent offense I've seen. I would like to say, maybe I'm wrong, but they're beatable. So we'll see. But like I said, we're going in after the bye. Some harder teams, some teams that we played before that probably got our card. We need to make sure that we are paying attention to the details, man. The details will be key. And making necessary adjustments will be key. And then the health of the players. Hopefully we get some of these players that have been out. That just died on me. Oh, man, just died on me. But hopefully we get some of these players that have been out implemented back into the defense and the offense, and, hopefully we get this dub. So my light keep going out, y'all. So I'm going to just wrap this up. But I appreciate everybody watching. If you could, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to just keep bringing you the latest and the greatest on this news for the Philadelphia sports, man. So you already know it's now from the No Cut Sports Podcast. And I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all be safe.